Alright, long time no see. I've not done a video in quite a while, and part of the reason is probably because all my devices are so full on the memory storage that it's really hard for me to make it up on YouTube, up on Instagram, and do other things. But I shouldn't use that as an excuse. I should probably just get more storage or learn to start deleting my pictures and videos a little bit better. Just finished out a leg workout. It's 6:30 in the afternoon, or in the evening I should say. Usually this is about the time I finish my workouts in the morning. I slept in because I think I just need a little bit of sleep lately. So I wanted to talk to you guys and let you know that I will be competing in a power meet in December, powerlifting meet. It'll be at old school gym, so it's gonna be kind of laid back, chill, but also pretty, just really fun. You know, they always do a really good job of running those. That was my first power meet a few years ago. I remember, tracking all the progress and doing all that stuff then, and it was so much fun. But the last couple of years I've really missed doing it, so I've been getting ready for that now. So I'm going to let you guys know that some of the content, videos, pictures, all that stuff I'll be putting on social media and all that will probably be directed towards how I'm training for the power meet. There's other things I want to talk about as far as my health, because I want to be able to share with you guys, because it's kind of like a form of therapy for me. So I remember on National Mental Health Awareness Day, or month I think, or week, I can't remember. But I remember posting something on Instagram, Facebook, and all those platforms about my anxiety and how I've been dealing with it for quite a while. Throughout the years I've had different things happen as far as mental health and maybe physical health that have, just thrown different curveballs at me. But, I've been going through something lately and I feel like I just want to discuss it. And maybe it'll help someone else, maybe it won't. Maybe someone will be able to relate to it, maybe someone won't. But I know for me, I think just getting off my chest is another way to just kind of cope with it. I'm going through something called heart palpitations. And I've noticed them for a lot of my life. Way back when they first started, I remember having a couple in high school, and I remember I got really scared, but it would only last for a quick split second. And I never knew what it was. I never really put a lot of thought into it. Like, I'd get scared and kind of weirded out by it for a quick second, but it would go away right away. So as I've grown and stuff, I've kind of had those, but very, very rarely. I remember a couple years ago, I think maybe it was in maybe it was 2017. I think it was like spring break 2017. Right before I went to DC, the day that I was leaving for DC. Before all that, all my workouts were going really super good. I was making a lot of progress. I was really liking how I was looking physically and how I was feeling mentally. But I remember that was a day that the heart palpitations and all that stuff really hit me hard. I remember I was getting ready to do a set of dumbbell rows on an incline bench, so my chest was against the bench, and I did one set. I set the dumbbells down, and I kind of went back on the bench to practice my form, and just kind of go over my form real quick with myself. And out of nowhere, it felt like my heart just was shaking and I just can't explain it. It was just it was a crazy moment, and I'll never forget running to the front desk and telling the person that was working the front desk at the moment, I was like, listen, there's something wrong with my heart. It doesn't feel good. It does not look good. And they kind of freaked out thinking I was having a heart attack or something. So, they were about to call 911, and I said, wait, let me go outside. Let me get a quick breath of fresh air and see if I feel any better. So I did that. A couple of guys in there that know me really well came out and visited me and just made sure I was all right. I remember going, and I kind of was able to calm myself down, and it was just such a scary, scary moment in my life, and it really just kind of messed me up for the next couple of months going to the gym. I always thought it was going to happen, and I think that's when the anxiety and panic attacks started to pick up for me personally. So that stuff really put a damper on progress and stuff, and I hate using that as an excuse, but man, it really does. Because because you just get so scared that, you know, when you go work out or you go to that gym, that same location where it happened, you just don't know what's going to happen. So let's fast forward. That was like spring, like I said, spring break, like I think 2017. Now it's November of 2018. Let's backtrack in the middle of that. So for a while, you know, I'd get really worked up about it, and then I remember at one point of training and all that, it just, you know, it seemed like it just went away. So, you know, I went and I was just crushing workouts again, and it felt so good. I was hitting PRs again, and I was getting stronger, I was getting bigger, all the goals I wanted to hit. I was looking really good, I was feeling really good. You know, my anxiety and panic attacks started to pick up a little bit throughout my, you know, throughout 2018, or sorry, throughout the end of 2017. I was able to kind of control that. Coaching really helped me. I feel like that kind of saved me in a way, because I was always thinking about the other boys and all those other guys I was coaching, and to make sure that they were in, you know, good positions on the field, and make sure that, you know, I could answer all the questions I could for them to make them successful in their sport and just as a person. So I remember that just really being something that really saved me, and that's, you know, so lucky for that. But I remember this summer, it was like midsummer. You know, I was training stuff, I was having a great time. I had one of my buddies come in, and it was, I want to say in July or August, so probably July, probably mid-July. And, you know, at that point the gym was maybe a month old or something like that, because I opened it like in June, or the very, very beginning of July, maybe not even a month. And I remember I was doing arms with them. And you know, like I said, I didn't have any problems with my heart or anything like that. I came in here, I did a couple sets, and I remember sitting like right on the other side of the squat rack, like in the front of it, and it hit me again. It's kind of like someone just like took all the air out of me and was like punching me repeatedly in the chest, and like I just couldn't catch my breath. And it felt like my heart was like speeding up and shaking and vibrating all at the same time. It was so scary. And I remember, you know, sometimes you can try to like get a deep cough to kind of make that go away. And so I tried that, for some reason it wasn't working. So I remember zooming out the door for a quick second. Maybe I was like, maybe I need some fresh air, and it was still happening. And I came back and got my buddy, and I was like, listen, I was like, I think I'm going through a panic attack right now or something, but don't, like, it's okay, like I know how to do this, like just come with me. I just need someone there with me for a second. And I'll never forget, honestly, as of right now, I hope that, you know, I don't have any moments like this again, but this was definitely the scariest moment of my entire life, that I can even think of at the moment. I just remember going out to the front of the gym and stuff, and to the shop, and I remember sitting on the ground just looking up at the sky. This was like 5:30 in the morning, and just like looking up at the sky, just like praying that everything would be okay. And I remember my heart rate, I would just keep feeling my chest, and it would feel like it was vibrating, and like I never felt my heart beat that fast. It was literally the scariest moment of my life, and I just couldn't make it stop. It was like this nightmare. It didn't even feel real, but it was just, oh man. And I remember just like debating on calling 911, but I was like, man, what's gonna happen? Like, am I gonna wake up in a hospital? Am I gonna wake up, like, not wake up? I mean, there's so many thoughts going through my head, and that, I think, really triggered a lot of the anxiety and panic of coming in the gym again. And I know everyone fights their own battles, between maybe things in the gym, things outside the gym, things in sports, you know, things in school. And this just happens to be one of my biggest battles I'm going through. That was, you know, like I said, July-ish, right around there, and now it's November. I think that's still kind of fresh in my mind sometimes, because it's just so hard to get out of my mind. And I think sometimes it kind of sparks up, like that feeling that I'm always worried that it's going to happen again. So, you know, as I've been getting ready for this power meet, some days I'll come in here and I figure the 1 reps and like the 2 reps, 3 reps and stuff, training around in that type of rep range for strength and like the power part of it wouldn't really bother me as much. But throughout the weeks, I've kind of had a couple incidents where it's kind of bugged me, but I was able to really get it under control. So I'm really hoping that just putting this date on the calendar and just sticking to it. I've been training for like the last 7 weeks because I know they always do this meet in December. So I've really tried to put myself mentally and physically just straight to this one goal, and this one goal for me is to just really to be able to complete this power meet for myself. And I know it sounds like really a cliche, it's just like go and have fun and stuff, but really for me it is. It's just to go and relax and to compete again and know that I'm not gonna have to, you know, go through that again. You know, that I can try to bring myself just to calm myself. I can see that there's not a whole lot of time left on this video, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately end it here. I'll talk to you guys more, hopefully here in a couple of other, next couple of videos. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. This definitely helps me. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video.